Today we're going to take a look at problem solving 15a. Jinsey must divide these base 10 blocks into 4 equal groups. Which model shows how many blocks are in each equal group? So we have two key words here, divide and equal groups. So we know we're going to have to be using the get strategy. It tells me I need 4 equal groups, so that will be my G. Now, I am looking for the each, so I have to determine the total. To do that, I actually physically will count the base 10 blocks. So let's do that now. So I have 100, 2 groups of 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. So when I add those all together, I get 128. So my groups is 4, my total is 128, and I'm looking for how many base 10 blocks will go into each group. So obviously I can eliminate 2 answers here. I can eliminate A and C, because there is no way that I can keep a hundreds block in this equation. I'm going to have to break apart that hundreds blocks into tens in order for me to determine how many will go inside each. So what I should do is I sketched out 128. I'm going to make my 4 groups. And I know that this 100 right here, I'm going to separate that into 10 ones, 10 groups of tens. So right now I'm just going to start counting out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I've used all of these. So I'm just going to see if I have enough tens to even out the last 2 groups. 1, 2. So that is done. So now I just count out my ones and I place them evenly inside each group. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So one of these groups inside is going to be my each. So count out how many there are. There are 3 tens and 2 ones. So that gives me the numerical value of 32. So looking at your answer choices, I need to find the base 10 blocks that show 32. So this has 30 and 2. This has 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the one that shows 32 would be B. For those of you who are ready to start looking at this problem using the division equation, it is 128 divided by 4 is equal to your quotient. So here, what you can do is you are going to look for factor pairs. I'm going to break apart 128 into factors of 4. So I can see right here that I have 12 and I have 8. So I'm going to ask myself, how many times will 4 divide into 12 evenly? That answer is 3. How many times will 4 divide into 8 evenly? That answer is 2. So my quotient would be 32. The next problem you're working on is Basic Facts 15. I'm not going to do these with you since these are numerical values, but I just wanted to make certain you understood what you were doing. When you look at the question, you're seeing that one factor is missing. So in essence, you are looking for the missing factor to make each one of these statements true. So you're just going to use your multiplication chart or use your fact families. So something times 3 equals 9. There's only one answer for that that works, which is 3. So that would be your answer for number 1. And this is the same way that you're going to finish all of these. You're looking for one of the missing factors. So just draw in your fact families for whichever answer you're doing and use the numbers that they give you and then figure out what the missing number is. Remember, you can use your multiplication chart. You should already have one made out. If you don't have one made out, do another one. Or if you can't find it, look one up on your iPad. Next, we're going to look at Skills 15, page 1. So I have a chart. The first thing I need to do after I read the question is I need to assign the value for each one of the bars. The Student Council at Garza Elementary School sells bags of popcorn each week. The graph below shows the numbers of bags of popcorn sold each Friday for 6 weeks. Remember that one of the first things you want to do is you want to fill in the missing numbers on the bottom. So right now they're going by 50s. So every other one is going to be 25. So let's put those in first. And then it'll be easy for me to come up here to assign a value. So the first bar for week 1, if I follow it all the way down, is 75. Week 2 is 200. Week 3 is 150. Week 4 is 125. Week 5 is 175. Week 6 is 100. So now you're just going to take that information and you're going to match it up to the charts below. So looking at choice A, week 1 says it has 55. My week 1 is 75, so A is automatically out. B, week 1 is 75, so I need to check that one. C, week 1 is 60, so that's automatically out. And week D also has 75, so I need to check all of the answers for B and D. So starting with B, week 2 is 200. Week 3 is 150. Week 4 is 125. Week 5 is 175, and week 6 is 100. So it looks like B is the correct answer. If we come over to D, we can see that the place they made the wrong answer was week 4. They put 145, and the answer should be 125. The last one we're looking at is comparing fractions. 2. You should have already done the Google Slides on Google Classroom before doing this activity, because there are vocabulary word definitions and there's some notes and practices that you needed to go through. I also did a lesson with this same exact questions on Google Classroom, but if you need a little bit more help, I told you I would make this video. So the first thing you're looking at is question A, and I have 2 fractions. I see the models here, and I also notice that the denominators are the same. So that's what you're going to have to start looking for now, is anytime you have denominators the same, those are super easy. You just look at the numerators. So I always like to rewrite my fraction with just the numerators so I can see it. So the question is asking what is the comparison? 4/6 is something to 2/6. Well, the number 4 is larger, so I know it's going to be greater than. So on the line, you're going to write in greater than. So the answer would be 4/6 is greater than 2/6. And the symbol you would use is a greater than symbol, which faces 4/6. The next fraction is 4/4 is something than 1/4. And again, the denominators are all the same. So I'm just going to write out the numerators and compare them. You can also on this one look at the illustration and you can clearly see that 4/4 is larger than 1/4. So my symbol would be greater than. So you would write in greater and put the greater than symbol inside the equation. Letter C, 1/8 is something than 3/8. Again, look at the model and you can see the answer there. Again, the denominators are the same. So I'm just going to write the numerators. 1 is less than 3. So I will write in less than and put the less than symbol. So 1/8 is less than 3/8, and I put the symbol less than inside. Letter D, 4/8 is something than 6/8. Again, my denominators are the same, so I'm just comparing the numerators. 4 is less than 8, so let's fill in the answers. And the last one, E, 4/6 is something than 1/6. Denominators are the same, so just write down the numerators. Compare the statement, 4 is less than 1, and write in your answers. So there you go. You're going to finish doing the comparing fractions 2 on your own and follow the same instructions. Go back to your Google Slides if you have questions and rewatch this video if you need to.